Jason, when the Caitlin Clark shoe, whenever that is released, comes out, they ought to call it the air suppression. Because basically they are marketing Asia Wilson by suppressing anything having to do with the most popular player in the league by far.
What's up, world? Welcome back. Charge the Game podcast. Y'all already know what it is. It's Caitlin Clark time, baby. Caitlin Clark time. We got to keep it real about this. This is another Jason Whitlock reaction. And guys, I had no idea that Caitlin Clark has a shoe deal but doesn't have a shoe made yet. Now, guys, this is going to be very interesting as I have pulled up a lot of receipts on this, guys. I mean, the way that Nike is handling the product of the WNBA is ridiculous. Maybe this is the reason why they gave her a $28 million contract, which I feel like if I'm her agent, I'm sending my agent back to go talk to them about why, one, my shoe is not out, which we already know why. I'm going to get into this content, guys. Before I spill the beans, I want you guys to make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thumbs up, like the video. Let's go. So, guys, again, I was watching Jason Whitlock, and this guy, Steve, has been on fire. Steve is the Korean guy right here to the right. Big name in journalism. The guy has a lot of credibility, and I actually like to hear him speak. Now, guys, I want you to listen to how he elaborates on how Caitlin Clark doesn't have a shoe, but Asia Wilson does, which isn't a problem. It's why it's the problem. Okay, check it out.
The sense of entitlement and the sour, bad, nasty attitudes that many of these players are exhibiting, I think exactly is one of the reasons why for the past 20 some odd years, nobody has cared about this league, why there is certainly an antipathy towards it. And quite frankly, I wouldn't blame anyone if they were just Caitlin Clark or Indiana Fever fans and only care and watch her games moving forward.
If I'm being honest, guys, that's me. I don't give a shit about none of these other people, if I'm being real. And before we get to the shoe thing, I just want to elaborate on this real quick. He makes a good point. Nobody knew about this league is because when you typically think about bisexual women banging against one another, it's ideally not as attractive. But you have something new that's heterosexual, has game, it's a little different. And it's like these women are asking to go back to the old ways because they love being in their own LGBT community. It's not for all of us to be invited, but now that we are invited, rudely walk through the door, we didn't need their permission, Caitlin Clark brought us, they don't like it. Let's keep going.
Jason, when the Caitlin Clark shoe, whenever that is released, comes out, they ought to call it the air suppression. Because basically they are marketing Asia Wilson by suppressing anything having to do with the most popular player in the league by far.
Like, I want you guys to think about what he just said. The most popular player in the WNBA can't get a shoe. How? How in 2024, with all the technology, Nike definitely has all the type of technology in the world to produce a woman's Nike shoe. Why can't Caitlin Clark get her rookie shoe? You can't say Nike is incapable of doing it, because what is this? Is this 2003, 2002 LeBron? Was it 2002 or 2003? I think 2003. Is this 2003 LeBron with his Nike shoes on that were pretty much a done deal before he got into the league? Don't tell me that they can't do it. It's not that they can't do it, it's that they won't do it. And this is where Nike is getting in their own way. They are very smart to pay Caitlin Clark $28 million to pretty much shut up, wear your Kobe shoes, and don't make a big deal about it, because we'll just pay you to stay quiet, right? We're going to pay you to stay quiet while we take care of this person. Asia Wilson. Okay. Asia Wilson gets this shoe. I don't think that her shoes are ugly. I think she has a very ugly logo, though. Very ugly logo. Asia Wilson gets her shoes. Do you guys know why the WNBA is doing it? It's not even that it's the right or wrong thing to do. The most logical thing to do, the thing that makes the most sense, right? The thing that makes the most sense to do, in my opinion, is still market Caitlin Clark in a way that can be respectful to Asia Wilson and her brand. Because let's be honest, I don't think as many people will be interested in Aja Wilson's shoes as they would a Caitlin Clark. At this point, Caitlin Clark is already going to start having collector's items. But because Nike is so woke, they're shooting themselves in the foot. They're actually messing up their own money. Now, they're going to get their money sooner or later, right? But this is what happens when you're so afraid of offending the sisters. You're so afraid of doing what is logically the right thing because morally you guys feel guilty. I don't know. That's the only sense I can make of this. It's not like I'm salty about Aja Wilson getting her shoe. What I am salty about is how you guys are suppressing, like Steve just said, you guys are suppressing Caitlin Clark and really dimming her light. Now, I know that she has a big light, and I know that she gets a lot of attention, a lot of credibility. But it's just crazy how the world is so, what do they say, bass backwards. It's so crazy how the world refuses to acknowledge the ugly truth. And the truth of the matter is, you can't be afraid. You being a Nike corporation, you can't be afraid to make moves that are in your best interest. And I think personally that Nike feels the heat from what the black community is capable of doing. And what do I mean by that? When Colin Kaepernick took a kneel, they lost a lot of money. They tried to come out and support the NFL. They tried to come out and, go against the kneeling. But then they saw black people say, you know what, we're not going to buy your shoes anymore. And they lost a lot of money. They did. So what do now? They stay on the black community's good side by any means necessary. Now, if you look at Caitlin Clark plays in Kobe's. I do believe that she's probably going to be like I think that she's going to be with Nike, but kind of like under the Kobe brand within Nike. I don't know how this is going to work, but somehow these are going to be child shoes to the parent shoes, right? That's what I'm thinking. But she wears Kobe's every game. Why does Caitlin Clark not have her own signature shoe? Nike doesn't want to be looked at like we're prioritizing the white girl, because that's the narrative. This narrative has gotten so contagious that it is literally making big corporations like Nike buckle. Aja Wilson has had her shoe out for a while now. I don't understand why you guys couldn't release Caitlin Clark's at a later date. I don't like what Nike is doing. I really don't. But I totally understand it. It's because we live in a world now where things are just different. People are afraid to even wear their favorite. People are afraid to wear hats. I mean, you just look at what's going on with politics. You got a female candidate that is black, right? A female black candidate, right? And anything she does is good, apparently. You got another candidate. You can't wear his shirt. You can't wear his hat. I said, whoa. How are you? Never mind, guys. I don't even want to get into all of that. It's just crazy. But this is the world we live in. You see the same thing happening with Caitlin Clark. They wait to the last minute to acknowledge and announce her Rookie of the Year. They aired the footage a week later. They kept Angel Reese in the forefront, even though Caitlin Clark was a better player. It's because she's not vocal. She's not saying anything. She's allowing the league and Nike to pretty much walk all over her because all she wants to do is play basketball. It's crazy. It's crazy. And people wonder where all these Caitlin Clark fans come from, and then they have nerves to call them delusional. No, they're passionate about just how she's being handled and how she's handling herself amongst, the treatment she's receiving. All right. It's just crazy to me. I don't know, man. It's like these women don't know what the fuck they want. They don't know what they want. They say that they want to get paid like men. They say that they want the same recognition as men in the league, in the NBA. All of this is starting to happen for them. All of it. And this isn't just a Nike thing, right? We see what's going on sports commentary. We see what's going on these sports TV shows, man. They refuse. Caitlin Clark has to break a record, win a Rookie of the Year for her to even be discussed. Seriously. Because when she's discussed, it's too much controversial. It's too much back and forth. You got the sisters mad that the other sister not getting recognition. And that's just not what sports about, man. And just like what we see on TV, we see happening with Nike. It's insanity. It's crazy. It's crazy. How is this your best player not selling shoes? Imagine her shoes being in the gift store, right? You in the arena, you see Caitlin Clark's shoes, you see them in the malls, you see them everywhere. Could you guys just imagine? It's just like maybe they're trying to build up anticipation. Like, I don't know. Nonetheless, though, shout out to Aja Wilson. Okay, shout out to you. I'm happy that you're doing your thing. I'm happy that you got your shoe. I'm just calling out the foolery with Nike. Okay, I don't want y'all to think that I'm trying to rain on Aja Wilson's parade. Do I think that she is a better player than Caitlin Clark? Maybe in certain areas. Do I think that she's more dynamic? No. Do I think that Caitlin Clark will be better? Yes. Do I think that Caitlin Clark is more interesting? Yes. Will I root for Caitlin Clark more? Yes. I don't know about this one, guys. I'm just going to leave it alone because I really want to hear from you. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Drop those comments in the comment section, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe. I will see you in the next one. Peace. Yeah.